Treatment of arterial diseases. A. Medical general measures. Stop smoking, reduction of weight, exercise. Change in lifestyle, care of feet. Control of diabetes and hypertension. Buerger's position and exercise. Drugs. Nifedipine, Praxilna, pentoxifylline, low-dose aspirin, prostacycline, dipyridamole, ticlopidine. Clopidogrel, 75 mg. Cilostazol, type 3 phosphodiesterase inhibitor, 100 mg BD, inhibits platelet aggregation. Oral anticoagulants are used only if there is history of embolism or atrial fibrillation. Prostaglandins, growth factors, vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, E2F decoy, blocks intimal and smooth muscle cell proliferation, mesoglycan, breaks blood clot, testosterone, herbs like garlic, reduces viscosity of blood, are other newer drugs under use in trial. B vitamins and folic acid reduces homocysteine level, which is a risk factor. Inositol, L-carnitine, 1500 mg, magnesium 500 mg, not in renal failure or with diarrhea. Vitamin E and C are other agents often used to improve walking distance. Heparin is used only in acute phase or embolism. B. Surgery. Percutaneous transluminal balloon angioplasty, PTA, through transfemoral Seldinger approach. Initially angiogram is done. Then under guidance, fluoroscopic, stenosed area is approached. First guide wire is introduced through which balloon catheter is passed. Balloon of the angioplasty catheter is inflated at stenosed area for 1 minute and repeated if required. Plaques should rupture. Catheter is withdrawn. It is useful in cases of localized stenosed areas. Note: often non-expandable or self-expandable stents are used if stenosed segment is not dilated adequately through balloon, PTA with stenting. PTA for carotid artery stenosis is risky and not ideal as there will be possible release of microemboli during dilatation procedure which can precipitate stroke. Specialized balloon catheters with umbrella tip which can trap the microemboli may be used in these places. Types 3/4. Conventional. Here balloon is inflated along the lumen to break the plaque circumferentially. 3/4. Subintimal. Here balloon is inflated after passing subintimal plane to break the plaque. Conventional and subintimal types of PTA. Complications 3/4. Thrombosis, bleeding, sepsis. 3/4. Embolism, dissection, retroperitoneal hematoma. Pseudoaneurysm formation. Advantages 3/4. It is done under local anesthesia. 3/4. Procedure can be repeated if needed. Stent can be placed at a later stage if needed. It is done when stenosis is less than 5 cm. In ideal indications its efficacy is equal to surgery. Disadvantages 3/4. 3/4. It is less useful for lengthy blocks or stenosis more than 5 cm. 3/4. It is dangerous to do in stenosis of carotid artery where endarterectomy is ideal. Atherectomy. It is removal of atheroma either through open surgery or by percutaneous route from the wall of the vessels. Thrombectomy. It is removal of thrombus through an arteriotomy of larger vessels. Done in aortoiliac, femoropopliteal region. Endarterectomy. 3/4. It is removal of thrombus along with diseased intima through an arteriotomy. Endothelium of the vessel is removed, hence the name. Percutaneous transluminal balloon angioplasty, PTA. Note the inflated balloons on both side iliac arteries. DSA showing left-sided aortoiliac block and correction after doing PTA. DSA showing superior mesenteric artery stenosis. It is corrected by PTA. Thrombectomy. Endarterectomy technique. Both thrombus and diseased intima are removed through an arteriotomy. Often ring stripper is used to remove the atheromatous plaque. It is done in carotid, aortoiliac and occasionally aortofemoral blocks. It is also called as disobliteration, reboring. There are three methods. 1. Open method. Arteriotomy is done along the entire diseased segment. Endarterectomy is done by removing thrombus, diseased intima with plaque along the plane of media. Arteriotomy is closed using 5-polypropylene suture and patient is heparinized. 2. Semi-closed method. Here two arteriotomies are done on either ends of the level of obstruction. Loop endarterectomy stripper is passed from one end to complete the endarterectomy. Two arteriotomies are closed. 3. Wiley's aversion endarterectomy. Here artery is cut transversely at the junction of diseased and normal non-diseased segment. Diseased intima with plaque is circumferentially dissected. Artery is everted out to extract the diseased intima like a tube. Everted artery is reduced and sutured to normal end of the artery. Advantages are, it avoids prosthetic graft and its complications. Problem is, reocclusion and restenosis. Placement of intraluminal stent for localized stenosis. Profundoplasty for deep femoral block. Profundoplasty, 3/4. Fig. 1.328, endarterectomy technique. It is done when there is localized block in opening of profunda femoris, deep femoral. Profunda femoris is opened, thrombus if present, is removed. Opening is widened using either venous or synthetic, Dacron or PTFE, grafts. This procedure allows collaterals across the knee joint to open through profunda femoris and so gives good blood supply below knee level and may prevent patient going in for above knee amputation. May be able to save knee joint with below knee amputation. With better prosthesis, 3/4. Lateral angiogram view is needed to identify the orifice of profunda femoris. Disease involves invariably only at the orifice without extending distally towards first perforator branch. Endarterectomy at the junction enclosure with a venous patch widens the opening adequately. Reverse saphenous vein graft. In case of femoropopliteal block, saphenous vein is dissected out, reversed and sutured above to the femoral artery and below to popliteal segment so as to bypass the blood through reverse saphenous vein graft. Saphenous vein is reversed to nullify the action of valves so as to allow easy flow of blood. In situ saphenous vein graft. It is arterialization of saphenous vein. Saphenous vein intact in same position is sutured above and below the blocked femoropopliteal region to bypass the blood across. Venous valves are removed through valvulotomy instrument so as to allow the blood to pass. Here nutrient supply of vein is left intact with proximal part of the vein sutured to wider part of the femoral artery, narrow distal part is sutured to narrow part of the artery. Arterial, venous grafts, synthetic, XX Dacron woven graft, XX Dacron knitted graft, XX polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE, graft natural, XX internal mammary artery, ideal 1, XX long saphenous vein either reverse or in situ, XX umbilical vein graft, cryopreserved 3 mm vein is the minimum diameter required. Grafts of different length and size are available 3/4. Different procedures, aortofemoral bypass graft, end to side, 5% mortality, iliofemoral bypass graft, femorofemoral bypass graft, femoropopliteal graft, femorodistal graft, axillofemoral graft. 3/4 note. Angioscope is used to visualize the valves. Problems with grafts, leak, infection, thrombosis, cost factor, availability, reblock. Angioscope is used to visualize the valves in saphenous vein or to visualize the completion of the bypass grafts like femorodistal graft. Bypass graft, aortoiliac. Femoropopliteal bypass graft. Cervicothoracic preganglionic sympathectomy. It is removal of second and third thoracic ganglia which contains cells of postganglionic fibers supplying the upper limb. Preganglionic white rami communicants fibers from second and third sympathetic nerves enter thoracic T1 ganglion and supplies head and neck region through upper part of the stellate ganglion. Preganglionic sympathetic nerve entering the second and third ganglia from below, supplies sympathetic fibers for upper limb through the lower part of the stellate ganglion. In cervical sympathectomy for upper limb ischemia, lower part of stellate ganglion with Kunz nerve is divided. For head and neck hyperhidrosis, entire stellate ganglion should be removed, which leads to development of Horner syndrome. For hyperhidrosis of axillary area, along with stellate ganglion, upper 4 thoracic ganglia has to be removed. Aortofemoral bypass graft, end to side. Fig. 1.330. Bypass graft, aortoiliac. EIA. External. On table picture of aortofemoral arterial graft. Indications: XX cervical rib with vascular manifestations, useful. Fig. 1.331. Femoropopliteal bypass. Raynaud's phenomenon, useful: XX hyperhidrosis, very useful: XX upper limb vasospasm due to other causes, useful: XX acrocyanosis, useful: XX causalgia, very useful: XX Sudeck's osteodystrophy. Approaches: 3/4. Supraclavicular approach. Through a supraclavicular incision, stenomastoid, omohyoid is retracted or divided, scalenus anterior muscles are divided. Phrenic nerve is displaced medially, subclavian artery is pushed downwards, thyrocervical trunk is identified and ligated securely, supraepileural membrane is depressed, stellate ganglion is identified in the neck of the first rib. All rami communicants from second and third ganglia are divided. Gray ramus from second ganglion to first thoracic nerve, called as Kunz nerve, is also divided. B complications: XX bleeding, XX injury to subclavian artery and nerves, XX pneumothorax and hemopneumothorax, XX Horner syndrome with ptosis, meiosis, and hydrosis, enophthalmos. XX chylus fistula, callosally, XX post-sympathetic neuralgia. Transthoracic, axillary approach, Hedley-Atkins. This gives better visibility and easier removal of rami, lower down compared to supraclavicular approach. Patient is placed in lateral position. Transverse incision is made just below the hair-bearing line, intercostobrachial nerve is preserved. Thorax is opened at second space. Sympathetic chain is identified at the neck of first rib. 3/4. Thoracoscopic sympathectomy is the choice and popular approach at present. Advantages are better visibility with magnification, less trauma of access, wound, faster recovery, and precise. Cervical sympathectomy, scar in the neck and patient has developed Horner syndrome. Healed ulcer over tip of index finger on left side is seen. Patient is asymptomatic after sympathectomy. Lumbar sympathectomy, indications: peripheral vascular disease like tau. To promote healing of cutaneous ulcers. To change level of amputation and to make flaps to heal better after amputation. Causalgia of lower limb, it is common in upper limb. Hyperhidrosis of lower limb is rare. Principle: it increases the cutaneous blood supply, thereby promoting healing of ulcer and skin flaps in amputation. It is a preganglionic sympathectomy. Ganglion L2 and L3 supplies legs below knee level. L1 supplies upper part of thigh and buttock region. L1 lies under the crus of diaphragm. L4 lies under the common iliac vessels below. It increases the blood flow for 2 to 4 weeks by abolishing constriction of arterioles and precapillary sphincters, basal and reflux. It produces transient small increase in distal perfusion, increases the nutritive perfusion to promote ulcer healing, alters the pain perception and pain impulse transmission temporarily. Procedure under general or spinal anesthesia. Ganglia are approached through a transverse incision in the loin at the level of umbilicus, through extraperitoneal approach, by dividing external oblique and internal oblique and splitting transverse abdominis muscles. Inferior vena cava on right side, aorta on left side are identified. Sympathetic chain is identified by its rami, over transverse processes of lumbar spines. L2, L3, L4, L5 ganglia are removed. L2 is identified by its size, larger, and more number of rami. L1 is retained on one side in bilateral cases. If both are removed, it will lead to failure of ejaculation and so sterility, dry ejaculation. Complications. XX injury to IVC or aorta, XX bleeding lumbar veins, XX spinal vessel spasm and so ischemia of spinal cord and paraplegia, dry ejaculation. XX injury to bowel and ureter, XX wound infection and abscess formation, XX post-sympathetic neuralgia, XX paradoxical gangrene of opposite leg and foot. Its effects are only temporary, 3 to 4 weeks. Long-term results are doubtful. It can be combined with omentoplasty. It can also be done along with below-knee amputation to increase the blood supply of skin flap so as to have better healing. 3/4 limb will become warmer immediately after sympathectomy. Fig. 1.334, cervical sympathectomy. Note, lumbar sympathetic chain may be mistaken for lymph nodes, fat, tendon of psoas muscle, genitofemoral nerve. Chemical sympathectomy. It is done in lateral position using a long spinal needle under local anesthesia. Position is confirmed by injecting dye under fluoroscopy. Later 5 ml of phenol in water or absolute alcohol is injected lateral to the vertebral bodies of 4th and 2nd lumbar vertebrae. Care should be taken to see that the needle does not enter IVC or aorta. 3/4. Procedure is contraindicated in patients with bleeding disorders and in patients who are on anticoagulants. Omentoplasty. Indications. XX peripheral vascular disease. To improve circulation, XX for lymphedema, it helps by providing lymphatics and so to drain lymph from the limb. XX it is also tried for avascularization of pharynx, cranial cavity. Omentoplasty procedure for avascularization of the ischemic limb. Omentum is supplied by omental vessels. 4 layers of omentum has got omental arcades of vessels. Arc of Burko. Omentum is also rich in lymphatics. It has got adhesive property. By retaining one of the pedicles, omentum can be mobilized so as to reach the limb to maintain the circulation. It can also be mobilized up to the ankle. It promotes ulcer healing, reduces the pain and controls the features of ischemia. It can also be used in upper limb ischemia. But, if patient continues to smoke, disease spreads to these omental vessels also. Often it can be mobilized to both lower limbs in bilateral diseases. Incisions for omentoplasty in the abdomen, upper midline, and in lower limb. B. Complications of omentoplasty. XX abdominal sepsis, XX incisional hernia, where omental pedicle is tunneled into the limb from the abdomen. XX adhesions and intestinal obstruction. A. Procedure. Under general anesthesia, abdomen is opened with upper midline incision. Omental vessels are identified. Omentum with its blood supply is carefully mobilized to get an adequate length. Lengthened, mobilized omentum is brought into the subcutaneous plane through abdominal wall, lateral to the lower part of rectus muscle. Later this pedicle is mobilized in the subcutaneous tunnel across the leg, buried in the deep fascia. B. Figs. 1.336a and B. Other treatment methods. Amputations are done at different levels depending on extent of gangrene, site of block, amount of collaterals. Below knee amputation stump, which is also ischemic. Patient underwent below knee amputation for gangrene foot, but patient might need above knee amputation.